Isaiah,
Beth?
it's time. Hello, cinephiles, and welcome. No, I sounded bad. Let me try that again. Hello, cinephiles, and welcome to Silver Screen Sips, a podcast where two idiots talk about movies. And today we're wrapping up the Rocky franchise with the 2006 film Rocky VI, also known as Rocky Balboa. I don't know why they changed it. Just a reminder that there are spoilers ahead for movies and TV shows that you may not have seen yet, so just know you've been warned. Now, Isaiah, spoilers. Spoilers here.
What are we spoiling already?
You and I have very different opinions on this film.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can already tell.
Much like last episode, but I think this one might be more heated.
Okay.
Because I have very strong opinions on this film. So anyways, let's hop into our first segment called This Week in Hollywood. Starting off with the first drama, Isaiah and Bethany have their first. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna have Isaiah start.
I just found out about this like literally 5 minutes ago. Renowned actor Michael Caine has announced earlier this week that he's officially retiring from acting. While he may not star in films anymore, the actor plans to continue working. In his interview with BBC, he discussed how he's switching his focus from acting to writing. His debut novel, Deadly Game, will be released in December.
So sad. Such a good actor.
Some people,
but I mean, you know, he is like what, in his 80s now?
I think so, yeah.
So, yeah, it's probably about time.
Meanwhile, you have Clint Eastwood.
Oh, yeah, true. Not only acting but directing.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, Michael Caine.
What?
Michael Caine is 90 years old.
Oh my God, you cut out, and I thought you said he died, and I was like, what the fuck?
No, we're good.
Oh man. Well,
if you Google Clint Eastwood, it says his title is the former mayor of Carmel by the Sea.
Interesting. Fun fact. Now, get this, because I thought this shit was hilarious when I first read this headline.
Uh-huh.
So a Florida teacher, surprise, it's Florida.
Florida man.
A Florida teacher accidentally showed a bunch of 9 and 10-year-olds the Winnie the Pooh horror movie during a class.
How do you accidentally show blood and honey? Like, it's in the name.
I know. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. But this is like what their excuse was. So the class ended up watching, like roughly 20 minutes of the slasher film. And while this particular movie was the student's choice, lots of parents were upset because the teacher allowed it, with one parent saying, quote, "It's not for them," meaning the kids, "to decide what they want. It's up to the professor." I don't know why they said professor. It's a fucking elementary school. "It's up to the teacher to look at the content," end quote, which I kind of agree. Especially if the title says blood and honey. Like, dude. So the 2023 horror movie, while unrated, does contain a lot of images of, guess what? Gore, swearing, nudity, and even torture scenes. So while only the first 20 minutes of the movie were played, during those 20 minutes, there was like a scary scene. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know what it was. But if you've seen it, then you probably know what it is. That was shown in the class. And then at that point, the teacher decided to turn the movie off. I was like, dude, that's hilarious. I imagine just a bunch of like 10-year-olds are like, oh my God, our teacher's the coolest. We get to watch blood and honey. She doesn't even know. Ay.
That one kid, this is not very Christian-like.
Yeah, right?
My mom is going to talk to your manager. In other news, Tom Hardy has teamed up with writer Scott Snyder and launched his own sci-fi comic book series called Arcbound. The actor stated, "I've always been drawn to the creative process and all aspects of storytelling." The first issue arrives in March, but an ashcan edition has already been made available at Comic-Con. I don't know what an ashcan means.
I don't either.
An ashcan comic is a form of the American comic book originally created solely for the establishment of trademarks and on potential titles and not intended for sale. Oh, so it's like a placeholder being like, hey, we're going to make this, but we're creating this like bare bones thing so that we can hold on to the copyrights and stuff.
Interesting.
So I guess it's like copywriting a concept.
Arcbound. It's got a good name. Apparently, during the filming of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, which is coming out, or is it out now?
No, it's not out yet.
No, not out yet. It's coming out very soon, and I 100% am going to go see it because it's probably going to be so bad it's good, in my opinion. So during the filming of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, the animatronic for Foxy caught on fire while on set. Yeah. In an interview with IGN, director Emma Tammy stated there was one day where they were rolling and she heard someone quietly and calmly say, "Foxy's arm is on fire." It's very much likely to happen on a set, by the way.
Hey, excuse me. Hey, the set's on fire. Excuse me? The set's on fire.
The set, just letting you know, the set is currently on fire as we speak.
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I'm not an electrician, and that is a electrician's job, and the unions don't accept it. So,
yeah, right. So then the director went on to explain that the servos could at times overheat, which is normal, but that this time was the only time that it actually happened on set. So that's fun.
The fire or the overheating?
Who's to say?
It's like in transport in the car in like a van or something, and it's like, oh, the thing's lit on fire again. Don't worry about it.
Get the extinguisher.
Oh.
Yeah. But that is terrifying. That's a little too like you know, the BTS of like the Exorcist movies and stuff, where it's like all this bad shit happened while they were making the Exorcist movie. That's what this feels like. Just a lot of bad voodoo, juju. That's the word.
You got there.
Muju. What the fuck is that? Okay, let's keep going.
I had for dinner. Now, we all got to talk about Taylor Swift some more because she's all over the place. The Taylor Swift Eras Tours concert movie. That's okay.
I know, what a name.
Has been in theaters for nearly 4 days as of this recording. They're actually apparently only releasing it on the weekends or something, so there's not.
So it's only been in theaters for like 2 days.
It's only been in theaters for 4 days. It came out on Thursday, and then they weren't showing it Monday. And I think they have a few showings on like Tuesday or something, and then they're not going to do it until Friday again, or something like that. It's a very weird, convoluted system they're doing, but that's how they're doing it. But yeah, it has already reached $128 million globally and $96 million opening weekend, breaking the record of a concert film previously set by Michael Jackson's This Is It in 2009 with $74.3 million. And you know who's coming up next to try to beat that? Beyonce, because she's also got a concert movie.
Yeah. I don't understand watching a concert at a theater.
Have you not seen the videos inside those concerts? Inside the theater?
Oh, dude, it's borderline cult. I'm sorry. If anyone listening is a Swiftie, I listen, I've got friends that are Swifties. No hate to you as a person, but you guys are a part of a cult. You must realize.
No
step
comment.
Step one to recovery is admitting.
You have a problem.
Yeah.
And your problem is that you spent apparently equivalent of $128 million on Taylor Swift.
Listen, I don't know how credible this source is, but I was told that the tickets are not normal ticket price. They're like $20 tickets.
They're $22.
That's bullshit. Why?
Actually,
I don't understand.
Actually, what is her album name? Oh, there was one of the albums that was like 22, not feeling 22.
22 is the name of, I think it's the name of one of her albums. Yes, I think 22.
I think that was the joke, is that the song price, I mean, not the song price, the film ticket price is $22 because of the album 22 or whatever. Or like,
she should have done it based off her other album, and then the ticket would have costed $1,989.
Oh no, sorry, it's not. We call it, the album is 1987.
Oh, is it 1987? I thought it was 1989. My bad.
I don't know. I'm not as Swiftie.
There, man. It is 1989.
Yeah, so the ticket price is $19.89, and then the taxes, it goes up like $21.
Also, fun fact: 1989's Sexiest Man Alive was Sean Connery. I don't know why. When I typed in 1989, that was the first thing that popped up. In case anyone was wondering.
This week in Hollywood in 1989.
Yeah. I wonder what's 2023's? It's gonna be like fucking Timothy Chalamet.
Is it?
Let's see. Oh, they haven't voted yet. Let's see 2022.
Who's the current?
Chris Evans. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
We accept this.
What is the woman?
The woman?
Paige Spiranek? I don't know who that is. She's a golf person.
She's a professional golfer. No wonder I don't know who this is.
Boo. She's pretty though. Yeah.
I do see why she got voted though.
Yeah. Anyways, what were we talking about? Strangers? Oh, yes, that's our next headline. We're moving on. So for those of you who are a fan of the 2008 horror film The Strangers, which I still need to see. I need to see it. You might be thrilled to hear that they are coming out with 3 more.
Why?
Rennie Harlan, the director of the next 3 films of the Strangers franchise, is teasing that the trilogy opens up a whole new universe that could potentially lead to more installments in the future.
God.
The first film in the trilogy will be coming out sometime in 2024 and stars Madeline Petch, I think is her name. She's in Riverdale. And Froy Gutierrez. I'm sorry. And you can see the trailer online. And who knows, maybe perhaps we'll add this to the franchise list.
Please, for the love of God, no.
Too scary?
No, it's just so boring.
Oh, really? I thought it was. I've been told it was really, or I've heard it has good reviews.
Everybody says it's so amazing, and then me and some friends tried to watch it, and then we got so bored. The movie's only like an hour and a half, and we got so bored we ended up playing a video game in the middle of the movie while it was going.
Oh, damn.
And then like something would happen, and we'd look at the screen and be like, oh wow, something's actually going on. And then it would last for like 30 seconds, and then it would go back to being really, really boring. And we're like, oh, okay. And then nothing really happened until like the last 15 minutes of the movie, where we're like actually like involved. And we're like, wow, it took them this long.
I mean, I don't know what made me think of this, but did you ever watch Hush? With the deaf woman?
No, I'm assuming, yeah, I was thinking of the Batman villain.
No, it's a really good movie, directed by Mike Flanagan, who did Haunting of Hill House. If any of you know, I am a huge Mike Flanagan fan. Mike Flana fan, if you want. I'm never saying that again. But it was like one of the first things I saw of his. It's really good. It's kind of like the predecessor of Quiet Place, where it Bird Box, where it plays on one of your senses. It's about a woman who's deaf, and there's an intruder trying to break in, and she can't hear anything, obviously. It's so good. It's a good thriller. I would highly recommend.
I think that's a great idea. The Strangers does not play on any senses. It plays on the fear of home invasion, and that's it.
I think that's what made me make the connection there, was home invasion part.
Yeah, like it literally. I think the director, his main point was to make a movie that plays on the fear of home invasion, and then he made it the most boring way possible.
Is that the one that has the line where it's like the person knocks on the front door or something, and there's like a iconic line that they say when they open the door?
Yes, I don't know what the line is, but I know exactly what you're talking
about. It's gonna bother me. Hold on.
Holding.
Wait, hold for sound. Oh, is Tamara home? That's the line I'm thinking of.
Really? That's not the line. That's what I was thinking it was, but yeah.
Because the person keeps coming to the door asking, is Tamara home? Or like someone calls or something. Or I don't know, because I didn't see it, but like they've asked multiple times, is Tamara home?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't look forward to that. And the second movie did not do well. The second one was kind of mid. I don't know how they're going to make 3 more of this. And also make more on top of it. Like, I don't get it. Like, obviously, there's already 2 movies, and they're both not doing well.
Oh, what's her name is in this? From Lord of the Rings? Liv Tyler?
I think so.
Yeah, she's like the girl.
The girl?
The girl that gets invaded.
The girl gets invaded?
I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. Anyways. That concludes This Week in Hollywood. You can find all of our sources cited on our Discord channel. Speaking of our Discord channel, Isaiah has a little announcement about our beautiful Discord. Isaiah?
I have revamped it a little. It is now a community channel.
Woo!
Our Discord. So there's like channels and roles that you can choose to be specific. There's new welcome rules kind. We have some new extra channels if you wanted to like have some fun in there. We have like a trailers thing. You can share some trailers for like movies.
I love that one. That was a good idea. The trailers channel. Because I always feel like I miss out on all the trailers. So you can go in there, throw in trailers for new movies or even shows that like just look really good or look really bad. We already threw some in there. What was the one I just added? Did you see it?
Oh, Iron Lung. Yeah.
Yeah. The Iron Lung trailer, guys, is out. Well, it's a teaser trailer, but still it's enough to get you hyped.
It is. It looks pretty good. I can't wait.
Yeah. Yep. Markiplier. So yeah, if you're not a part of our Discord already, which you really should be, we have a great little community. Lots of members, actually. When you made it into a community, I didn't realize how many people were a part of it. I was like, oh my goodness, makes my heart warm. But go definitely go join it. It's really awesome. And you can chat with us, chat with other cinephiles, and also share any trailers or ideas you have or whatever, anything film related or alcohol related. That is also
drinks.
supported. Now let's move on to, speaking of alcohol, let's move on to Big Lou's Big Brews, brought to you today by me, not Isaiah. Changing it up.
He's acting like we don't trade.
You've done, I think, the last few actually. I think I just kept forgetting to switch it.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? I'll do it this time. All right. Listen up. Today's drink is called the Adrian Balboa. Rest in peace. Now, this cocktail, oh, spoilers. Fucking Adrian's dead. So this cocktail, this cocktail was pulled from a blog post made by Jonathan Sharp from the American Bartender Harvest Challenge, where Mr. Sharp was a judge. So Lewis said he chose this as an homage to Adrian Balboa, Rocky's late wife, which we just said. Unfortunately, the blog post did not mention the exact measurements for each ingredient. So, however, you can mess with it yourself until you're happy with it. It's pretty standard kind of drink. So you can kind of, if you know anything about like basic mixology, you can kind of guess probably 2 parts this, 1 part that kind of thing. Here are the ingredients. We have Rosemary-infused American Harvest vodka.
Ooh.
Edel-Kirsch cherry liqueur, cranberry bitters,
The Elder Wand.
and a splash of Fizz 56 sparkling wine. Basically, how you make it, super simple. You're going to pour all those ingredients into a Collins glass served on the rocks, and then you garnish it with amaretto soaked cherries, which amaretto is kind of like an almond based flavored liqueur. I think you tried that when you were up here, Isaiah.
Did I?
I think so. And I think you, me, and Jacob tried it, and we all thought it was disgusting. Or I liked it. You guys thought it was gross.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
But yeah, that is it. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. What do we think?
Very
now
simple.
that I told you don't like amaretto, you don't have to garnish it with the amaretto cherries, though. So just keep that in mind.
I don't know. I think it's like a 3.5 out of 5. I think what I would like about it is the fizzy sparkling wine and the harvest vodka. I like me some vodka.
It is very similar to a Shirley Temple kind of like a non-virgin Shirley Temple, because that's the cherry, and then the sparkling wine kind of is like the replacement for the Sprite, and then you add a little bit of vodka.
Is that how that works?
I'm just trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about, and clearly I don't. I did see a video though on Instagram of, it was a non-virgin Shirley Temple, which is probably why I'm thinking this now. But it was literally like Sprite, grenadine, and vodka.
Now that is a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, it was Halloween themed though, because it was the vodka and the Sprite mixed together in the glass already, and then you take a syringe and you shoot the grenadine into the cup.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah, so it's spooky. But back to the drink we're actually talking about.
Sorry, that drink sounds better than this.
Yeah. Well, give it a go if you want.
I want a vodka Shirley Temple now.
Yeah, that sounds good. We actually have everything to make it here, so maybe I'll make one later. But that is the Adrian Balboa. You said 3.5.
I said 3.5. Yeah, I think I like the vodka, but not the. I think it's gonna be pretty okay. Like nothing gonna blow my mind.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a 4. It sounds sweet, but like not too sweet. But it just sounds good, like a nice cherry flavored kind of thing. I like that.
Oh, I misread that.
What?
I thought it said elderberry, not. This is Edel-Kirsch cherry.
Yeah, that's why I said it. Yeah,
my bad. That's why I said elder wand, because I thought it said elderberry.
Oh! I thought you were just trying to make a joke that just didn't land well.
No, never mind. Never mind. This is a 4 out of 5 because it tastes like cherries. I love cherries.
Yes. Okay, so 2 4s.
2 4s. 2 4s.
Nice. Thanks, Lewis, for the beautiful drink.
Finally.
Yeah. Oh no, the last one was really good too. The bourbon one, the boxer from last episode. It was just like an old fashioned, practically. Very good. Yes, but thank you for the lovely drink.
Now it's sponsored time. This drink is sponsored. Well, not this drink, but we're sponsored But
Doing great so far.
yeah, I'm doing fantastic. We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor of today's episode, Shaker and Spoon. It's a monthly subscription service that gives you bar quality recipes and ingredients designed by award-winning mixologists. Their latest box, how do you pronounce that? Bourbon?
Bourbon.
Oh no.
Yeah, you got to do that. You got to do it.
Bourbon features
Nice.
amazing cocktail recipes for bourbon lovers, aka Beth, with an autumn touch. If you'd like your very own box to drink along with us, then head on over to shakerandspoon.com. Use our promo code SIPS10 to get $10 off your first subscription. Again, that's promo code SIPS10 to get $10 off and get some bourbon.
Listen, there's nothing that I love more than bourbon and autumn. And the fact that these are mixed together is just going to make my day. It's probably going to be the next box I get. I'm very much excited for this one.
Yes.
Yes.
I want to know I want to know who came up with this on the marketing team.
Yeah,
really
right. But like, hear me out.
Hey, guys, I got an idea.
Stick with me here. Alrighty. Thank you, Shaker and Spoon, for being an awesome sponsor and for keeping us just a little bit tipsy during our recordings. Now we're going to move on to Beth's question of the day. That was a new one.
Yeah, that was new.
Yeah, that was, I don't know what that was.
Awkward.
Anyways, so
You're making this awkward for everyone, Beth. God.
that's what I'm here for. The question of the day. Now that we're finishing up the franchise, right? We've seen all of the Rocky movies at this point, hopefully. We've seen Rocky fight quite a few other boxers throughout his career, right? We've seen Apollo, Drago
Malfoy.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought when I said it.
So we got the elder. So we already got 2 Harry Potter references now.
Yeah. Clubber Lang, obviously. Call me BA Biceps because I crush a whole gang. If anyone got that reference, please, we are best friends. Thunder Lips, aka Hulk Hogan, great cameo.
Thunder Lips.
And Mason Dixon. So my question is, who do you think, out of all of the fighters that he went against, who do you think was the best fighter out of everyone? And I need a good reason other than just like, because personally, I want to say Apollo, but that's just because he's like the most likable one, you know? Oh, and we cannot fucking forget Tommy Gunn. He's in there too.
Oh yeah, wasn't in the ring.
I forgot to include him. So sorry.
It wasn't in the ring.
Yeah.
The streets, like a man.
Streets.
That's now. Do you mean like now when is this like as in good matchup like stat wise of like this person versus person, or do you mean like
overall?
Okay, so
who do you think had like the best career? Who do you think had the best skill? Not just against Rocky, because obviously Rocky pretty much beat all of these people. But if they're not Rocky and they're just that person, who would you rank at the highest, and who would you rank at the lowest too? I'm curious.
Lowest is Tommy, obviously. Tommy's
below
lowest.
Thunderlips.
Below Thunderlips, I think.
Wow.
Because Thunderlips was just playing up for the camera. I feel like he was just going crazy for the fun of it. But Tommy Gunn is probably the bottom of the barrel because his ego is just massive.
Yeah.
But the top I think would be Drago.
Really?
Yeah.
Drago Malfoy.
Drago Malfoy.
Can you, for our thumbnail, Photoshop Drago onto Draco Malfoy's head?
I think we can do that.
Write that down. Draco. I'm just going to write Draco Malfoy will be the name of our... Well, wait. How do you spell Ivan Is it Ivan Drago?
It's Drago. It's
not with a C.
No, it's with a G.
Fuck. I've been saying it with a C.
Draco is Drago.
Okay, so then our title should be Drago Malfoy. That's funny.
Yes.
Okay, so you think Drago is at the top?
Yeah.
Ivan Drago. Okay, why? Because of the steroids?
No, I just feel like he technically was built up to be like his, like you had said earlier, like that Mr. T's character, like Clubber Lang, was just like a dude who wanted to I just wanted to fight somebody, like I just want to fight you. So I think that the fact that like Drago was actually built, like he himself trained and was like ready and was not just like, oh, I'm trying to pick a fight, but also like, yeah, I am here to be the best. And Clubber Lang was just like, I want to fight somebody,
Mm,
and you happen to be the best at the time, so I'm going to fight you now.
yeah.
So I think that like the fact that he also, and then also obviously he cheated and he still lost, but we all know that steroids are a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
But I do think that was like the toughest lineup. I think that he was like his toughest opponent, and that was definitely his David to his Goliath kind of thing.
I mean, he literally killed a guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
That's a big one.
yeah, so I would say the David Goliath story there was definitely his best opponent.
All right. That's a fair answer. I think I agree with him being number one, but I don't think I agree with the worst fighter.
Tommy, who do you think is worse?
I want to say, if we're looking specifically boxer, then obviously Thunderlips, because he wasn't a boxer, he was a wrestler. But
Sorry,
we're just not going to count him.
The name always gets me.
We're just not going to count him. I think the worst one would probably be, I don't know, because part of me wants to say Clubber Lang, but I also just don't like him. So I'm a little biased.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with it.
Okay.
I was thinking there for a bit if it was a good answer or not, and I think I'm going to stick with it.
Okay.
Tommy Gunn is a close second, though. I just feel like he learned from the best, so therefore he knows a little more. And Clubber Lang also had a terrible ego.
Yeah.
I mean, they all kind of do, to be honest.
That's why they all suck, and Rocky is the best.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for answering my question. Do you have any facts for us today?
Yes, I have facts.
Do you have a lot? Because last one was. Oh, okay.
I have a few. There's a few more than last week's, but like, no.
Lay it on me. Let me hear it.
Lay it on you. Now I got so these aren't. It's weird because these weren't about the movie itself. This was more about just kind of things because like the movie, making the movie was just kind of like, yeah, we made a movie.
Okay.
Like we decided to make a sixth Rocky. We're gonna end it here.
Yeah.
So there wasn't much going on about it. They did make a video game based off of it for some reason.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, Ubisoft always gets the weird movie tie-in games. I don't know why they always choose to do that because they all suck. But that happened. So on top of it, we have Adele is involved now. Okay,
Adele, like the singer?
the singer, yes, Adele.
What the fuck? You got my attention.
So Adele bought Stallone's house in California, which in the backyard contains a statue of Rocky.
Okay.
Adele happens to be a huge Rocky fan, so when she bought the house, she kept the statue in the backyard so that she can look at it.
Adele! That's what I'm talking about. Respect.
Respect.
Better than Taylor Swift any day. Sorry. I'll behave.
Okay. In July 2019, Stallone said that in an interview that he has ongoing discussions about a prequel TV series to the original film based on the life of a young Rocky Balboa.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Featuring starring Timothée Chalamet.
In 2021, Stallone revealed that he started the script and is working with Amazon since they had bought MGM Studios.
Interesting. Okay. Wonder how that happened. I wonder how that went with the writer's strike.
Yeah. So I don't know. Is Stallone? I assume Stallone's part of SAG, not SAG. The Screenwriters Guild.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, but he is apparently that's still going on because that was in 2021. Haven't heard much updates since then. But now, a musical was written based on the first Rocky movie by Stephen Flaherty and Lynn Ahrens in Germany.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so there's just a musical. I'm not sure what the songs are about, and they're all in German.
What's the name of the musical?
Rocky
just
the
Rocky?
Musical.
Oh. Wow. Could have seen that one coming.
Now, screenwriter Andrew LeMay once wrote a script for a Drago spin-off movie where Drago receives a death sentence after losing to Balboa and spends his days in a Siberian prison. He's ultimately punished with a 30-year sentence thanks to a deal his brother orchestrates with the Russian mafia. From there, Drago becomes a jailhouse enforcer.
What the fuck?
I think it would be a very interesting concept. But
Yeah.
obviously that did not end up coming to pass because of Creed 2, which ended up being kind of telling the story of what happened to Drago afterwards.
Yeah.
Now, Pete Davidson.
Oh boy.
We got Pete Davidson, Adele. We got a lot of people involved in this. Okay, so now Pete Davidson revealed on Jimmy Fallon that he got high one night. Go figure. And decided to collect sealed VHS tapes. Right. So
Oh
he
boy.
managed to find in bulk the last of this, like the brand new VHS tapes, and then bought every single one of them for which contains about 3,000 to 5,000 tapes. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody, and it was funny because he was talking about it being like, yeah, everybody thought it was insane. And then he said, oh, but then you hear this. He sold an original sealed Rocky VHS tape for $27,000.
Oh my God.
So he's like, yeah, now what do you think now? You think I'm crazy now?
I mean, just a little bit, maybe.
But yeah, no, he sold it for an original VHS tape.
Damn,
So
I can't be mad. He's making more than me.
that is true. And for our last fact, on Friday Night with Jonathan Ross,
Oh yes.
Sylvester Stallone was asked to give each Rocky score out of 10. He gave this one a 7.5.
Wow.
Yeah, so better than the 0 that was the last one.
Yeah, for real. Damn. Man, I feel like I'm the odd one out here with my rating on this movie now.
Really?
Yeah, I gave it pretty low.
Yeah, it sounds like you're not having a good time here.
Well, we'll get into it. But thank you for your facts. I say,
yeah, those are my facts.
What did you think?
What I think of the movie?
Yeah. No, like, what do you think about just in general?
I don't think of anything.
Yeah, I know.
Brain dead.
Sad homeschool brain.
I gave Rocky Balboa a 4 out of 5. Now, I know that is being generous. That is very generous.
That is super generous.
I'm being super generous. Now, the reason is because I think the movie kind of goes back to the original idea of what Rocky is about, of just being like it is determination, and just we call it when you get hit, you don't get knocked down, which is like the whole theme of this movie. So I feel like that's
I get knocked down, but I get up again. Sorry.
So I think the fact that like that is the idea and the concept and the theme going through this movie is kind of why I like it. Is just it went back to its roots, and and they decided that it was the end, and they knew it was going to be the end. Like they kind of did it on a way of being like, yep, that's it, he's done. But they did it in a way where it's like, yeah, he didn't just die. Like they were planning for the fifth one. So
true.
So I think it was a good ending. It was pretty okay. So this is kind of why. Some of the thoughts I did have though is at the beginning, the punching sound effects were making me laugh because like,
oh my God, dude, those are so bad.
I know, it was funny because I was like, are they? It made sense later on to be like, oh yeah, that Dixon has never had like a like an actual fight, so they made it sound like he was not punching him out pretty much at all. So
yeah, it sounded super fake.
Yeah, and then the terrible 2006 animation of the fight.
Oh my God,
that was. I just thought that was hilarious. Like, wow, yeah, this is definitely 2006.
Yeah, it's like fucking Tomb Raider graphics.
Paulie is still an asshole.
Oh, he was so annoying in this. This is probably my least favorite Paulie.
Yeah.
Generation or version. I don't know what you want to call it, but
he was not in the movie as much, but it was still enough to leave a mark.
Yeah.
The asshole. And then he kind of got better at the end. But that's usually how it is that he's always an asshole in the beginning, and then he's kind of better in the end. But whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was 6 movies and still hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Also, Mike Tyson just showed up. I was not expecting that.
Dude, same. I was like, oh my God, Mike Tyson.
The only thing I didn't like about the last part of the fight, I think the ending of the fight was pretty good, especially like when he's getting hit and he has like to motivate himself again. But the fight, the way they filmed it, felt like it was a pay-per-view fight, and that felt weird. Yeah, I didn't like that. I understood that like that's what the style they were going for, so I can't really like knock points off for that. I knew it was like what they were going for was the style, and it just wasn't appealing to me because I don't like boxing. I don't do pay-per-view fights. I don't like, that's not my thing. So
that is my thing though.
It didn't appeal to me, so I could see why they went with that style. Because the other fights, they felt like you were in it. Like the
Yeah,
camera
that's
was in
more
the
so
ring.
why I didn't like it, was because it felt like I was watching, like, yeah, it felt like I was watching a real fight, but I liked the way that they did it before, where it was like you were like up there personal and, and not like wide camera shots kind of thing.
You were in their faces and you felt those punches. Where this one
Mhm.
felt like, oh, I'm actually a bystander
A
watching this.
bystander. Exactly. Well
Yeah.
put.
But I do feel like this one had a little heart. They weren't just half-assing and cashing it in like they did for the fifth one. so
Yeah,
so yeah, that's why I gave it a 4 out of 5.
I agree. I definitely think that the ending was very like heartfelt and felt it was definitely a good way to wrap up Rocky. That I can wholeheartedly say, because it's hard to wrap up a franchise well without getting people mad and being like, that's not what Rocky would do. And it's like, no, that is 100% what Rocky would do. He wouldn't have won that fight. Like, let's be real. There was no way in hell he was going to win, but he didn't lose either. Kind of, I mean, he did, but he didn't tap, is what I mean.
Yeah, he didn't tap
He
out.
lasted. Yeah, he
Which is
stayed the whole fight.
which is exactly what he did in the first one, of just like, oh,
Exactly.
he got his face rocked, but he stayed there for like 13 rounds.
Exactly. That's kind of what I was trying to say, but you said it better. But yeah, I will say they did that part well. And I know we just talked about how much we couldn't stand Paulie, but you got to admit, Burt Young he did a really good job this time. Like, his acting was just like top notch. I just felt like, man, that guy really is a dick, but it's not. He's just acting, kind of a thing. Or like even the parts where he would get really Paulie version emotional, and
Yeah.
it just felt like real. I think the training montage was epic, and the way that they used the soundtrack and the "Gonna Fly Now" song throughout the film was really well done. Even when it was just like the soft piano notes, kind of like more slowly played and stuff, that was nice. I think they got Mike Tyson, but they also got Michael Buffer, who is the UFC announcer. His son does it right now, which I thought was really interesting that they actually got the actual Michael Buffer to do it during those times. Because like when he said it, I was like, that sounds so like spot on. And then they showed the face and I was like, oh shit.
No wonder.
Yeah. Now, that's what I liked about the movie. Here's my issues. I think the first 2/3 of the movie was just really bad. I was uninterested. I was on my phone quite often, not going to lie. Pretty much up until the fight, I kind of was not interested in the film that much. I'm going to be a little harsh. I couldn't have given two shits about the other opponent. I didn't even know what his name was until the fight happened and they said his name, because like his character just had no personality. He was so monotoned and so boring. If you compare him to the other boxers, they all had like Ivan had that serious monotoned kind of voice and he spoke very few words, but that was his shtick. You know, he's this Russian guy, doesn't speak a lot of English and he's big boy. Like, that's him. But this dude's like, who is he? I don't know who he is. He's just like this world champion. And I'm like, where the fuck did you come from? Kind of thing. Like, he just felt really out of place. And like, he just didn't look like a boxer. I'm not going to lie. He looked like a guy I could beat up, kind of thing. I also thought that it really made me feel really uncomfortable how Rocky's like flirting with this woman that he knew when she was a little girl. That's just weird to me.
Yeah.
That was, I know the whole point of it was to be like, you got to move on from your past, but it just felt not like something Rocky would do.
Well, he did say that, like, he's like that, hey, don't get the wrong idea, I still love my wife, this is not what that is. And then she kind of like went for it. And I was like,
yeah.
So I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, it definitely felt like kind of weird. And then he would call her like Little Marie, but then like be kind of flirty with it. It was just like a weird vibes. I didn't care for that. It felt very forced. I was like, why does there have to be another love interest? Like, why can't he move on in a different aspect and just be like, I know that she loved me and stuff like that, and move on in that aspect. I didn't think there needed to be another love interest at all. I mean, if you think about it, her and the son don't really have a huge role in it. They're just like kind of there. Like the movie could have done everything the same, except maybe that one talk in the van she has with him, where she's like, "You do whatever your gut tells you to do," but like his son could have had that conversation with him, and it would have been way more impactful, kind of a thing. I guess just fuck the brain damage, right?
Oh, yeah,
I guess like that just doesn't exist anymore, and like I also feel like Adrian would not be happy about this.
No, she would not have been.
She'd be like, literally, my dying wish was like that you wouldn't train. Maybe not my dying wish, but like I just told you, please don't fight anymore for me. And now I'm dead. And you're like, oh, she's dead. Now I can go fight again. Like, what the fuck?
No one's gonna stop me.
Yeah. That was a little weird too. We kind of touched on it a little bit with the pay-per-view thing, but the editing was weird. Like it changed artistic styles like 3 times throughout the film. Like the beginning was very early 2000s type editing where it's like flash cuts and it was like hard contrasted shots and blue for some reason. I don't know why things were blue, but things were blue.
It was, I don't know, this movie is not depressing, but blue was the color palette.
Yeah, that's true. And then like in the middle, it kind of calmed down and it felt more like a Rocky movie, like just like standard easy cuts and stuff like that. And at the end, it went to like fucking pay-per-view and like these flash cuts and all this weird trippy shit. I was like, what the hell's going on? What? Stick with one, please. Just one. Maybe 2 tops. But yeah, I gave it a 2.5. Definitely the lowest, I think, my least favorite out of them all. Which, I mean, it's hard. It's between that and the Clubber Lang one, I think.
You have made some valid points. And I do have to agree with most of them. And therefore, I think I have to change my score.
I do this a lot. What do you change it to then?
I think I'll change it to a 3. It would be okay.
Okay, that's fair. I think also, I just wanted to touch also that I know I already kind of said that they ended it in a good way, but I just wanted to really hand it to them that they ended it in like a respectful and like true to character way. Like it wasn't just like, oh, Rocky didn't, it was like, no, this is the end, and it was a very bittersweet kind of moment. I'm sure if I had grown up with all the movies and stuff, I probably would have cried during that ending scene. I'm not gonna lie, I got just a little, but I was also tired. Like I can't imagine like growing up as like a kid and watching all the Rocky movies and then seeing that one probably would have gotten me a little bit. But yeah, I still gave it a 2.5, bordering a 3, bordering. So yeah, now that we're done with Rocky, do you know what that means?
No, what does that mean?
It's time for a tier list.
It is. You're right. That is true.
This is going to be a tricky one. Because your least favorite is one that I like, and then my least favorite is one that you like.
True.
So for those of you who are new to when we finish a franchise, we do a tier list thing where we just pull up a tier list maker online, and we basically rank all of the films from the franchise from best to worst. Sometimes they're tied at certain places, but for the most part, it's from best to worst.
So we're starting with Rocky 1. Where are we putting this? I gave it a 4 out of 5.
I mean, it's the OG.
It is the OG. You gave it a 4 out of 5. I gave it a 4 out of 5. So I think that goes in A.
I say put it in A for now, but it might move up to S tier if we don't have any in there.
True. Okay. Next, Rocky 2.
That's a solid B tier, right? Like it's not better than Rocky 1, but it's not bad.
Yeah, you gave it a 3. I gave it a 3. So far we're on par.
Also, for those who are confused about our ranking, it's S at the top, and then it goes A, B, C, D. So superior. It's like the best of the best, and then it's like A, B, C, D. A being second best, D being absolute garbage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, 5th place. So, Rocky 3.
Rocky 3 is Clubber Lang. And I gave this 3.5 out of 5. You gave it also a 3.
I was going to say a C tier, like C for Clubber Lang. Because I gave it that rating, and then in hindsight, I wanted to change it after seeing all the other Rockies. I was like, yeah, that was not that great. But if you want to give it a B, I could give it a B.
I'm going to give it a B because I feel like it's marginally better than Rocky 2. Marginally.
Well, okay, Rocky 2. Okay, Rocky 2 is just his refight, right? Rocky 3.
Rocky 2 is literally just a continuation of Rocky 1. Like, it is literally like,
put Rocky 2 at C.
Yeah, because like if Rocky was like a 4-hour-long movie, it would just be Rocky 1 and 2.
I agree. Okay, so we bumped Rocky 2 down to 4th place.
Yeah.
Okay. Rocky 4 now?
Rocky 4, but S tier. It's S tier.
S tier. Best of the best. I think, yeah, how could I have fucking said that we would move Rocky up? No. Rocky 4, 100%.
Clearly, it is a...
Fucking clearly, yes.
Now Rocky 5. The silence speaks volumes. It's staying in D tier. It's trash.
No. I was gonna say B or C.
A B or C?
I liked it. Remember?
I'll give you C.
Okay, C tier.
Balboa though. Wait, what are we doing for Balboa?
Either B or A.
I don't think Balboa.
I feel like B.
Based on what we discussed, I don't think. Yeah, I think B too. I don't think it's going to be on the same level as Rocky.
Yeah. Okay, we got pretty well in agreement there.
Yeah,
not too bad. All right, so our official tier list here, our official ranking of the Rocky franchise for those who are struggling to listen to our whatever the fuck that was. In number 1, in first place, we have Rocky 4, where baby. Rocky beats communism. In number 2, we have the original Rocky. It's an OG. It's a classic. Can't hate it. In third place, tied for third place, we have Rocky 3 and Rocky Balboa, the final one. That's what I was just trying to say. The final
finisher.
And in last place, tied for 4th, we have Rocky 2 and Rocky 5. 4 is really out. The 4 is the random one, really. It's the outlier. If you ignore that, everything else makes sense.
It's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the good shit.
Yes.
That's what I've been waiting for. Yeah, I get it. Let us know if you agree with our ratings. If you don't, then let us know. If you do, then also let us know. We're curious to see. There will be a poll on our Spotify. We're going to make that happen. If you're listening on Spotify, you can go ahead and answer below which one you liked best. If you liked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Or none of them. Or all of them. But try to pick one, please.
Try to pick one.
For our sake.
Please, for the love of God.
Please, we're begging you. Alrighty. Well, Isaiah, do you have anything else you want to add before I wrap up this season?
No.
Okay, well, you're to hear, folks. Thank you for listening to today's episode, and thank you for joining us for season 13. I can't believe 13 seasons already. So quick.
My 13th season.
Please be sure. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Anyways, this is your final warning.
Oh.
Maybe not warnings. Maybe not.
This is a threat.
This is a threat. You better send in your movie suggestions for our listeners episode that is coming up literally next week. So this is your last chance to submit your Halloween themed movies. That can be horror. That can just be spooky time themed. It doesn't matter. Whatever makes you think of Halloween, send it in now or never. Ooh. We also have our poll coming up because now that we're done with season 13, guess what that means? Season 14 is on its way. So today and today only, meaning October 23rd, that this episode comes out, we will be posting on our Instagram. So if you follow us, you'll probably see it already. If not, go freaking follow us so you can get notifications on episodes, guests, and other important news. But on our Instagram, we have posted a poll for our next season. And the two options up for vote are The Purge and Ip Man, which I am excited for either one. So please go cast your votes now so we can.
Go.
Yeah. So we have our season 14 franchise. Now, with all that being said, we hope you have a great rest of your day or night. And we will see you all next week with our Halloween listeners episode.
Adrian!
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Adrian, I miss you.
There you go. Bye.